Welcome back, everyone. So today I want to show you something that I think is one of the most specific and interesting patterns on the Bitcoin chart right now. And not only that, it has been correct 6 times in a row over the last 6 weeks. And next week, this pattern is going to be tested in the biggest possible way. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Bitcoin is at $63,297 right now. The chart is telling a very specific story, and today I want to walk you through it step by step so you know exactly what to watch next week. And not only that, next Wednesday is the Fed interest rate decision. And I want to show you why that could be the moment this pattern either continues or breaks completely. Okay, so let me go right here on the daily time frame and let me show you something very specific. And what I'm going to do is mark out each Monday and Wednesday close over the last 6 weeks on this chart. And what you're going to see is actually quite remarkable. So here is what this pattern says. Every single Monday for the last 6 weeks, the market has set either a pivot high or a pivot low. And then every Wednesday, it has done the exact opposite. Monday low has been followed by a Wednesday high and then renewed weakness. Monday high has been followed by Wednesday low and then a relief rally 6 for 6, not one exception. Now, why does this matter right now? Let me go right here and tell you what happened this Monday. Bitcoin made a local low. It bounced, which according to this pattern means Wednesday should have produced a high. Then weakness follows into the end of the week, which is exactly where we are right now, $63,297 on Friday. So one could say this, next Monday could be another pivot, either a local low before a Wednesday bounce or a local high before Wednesday weakness. And here is where it gets very interesting because next Wednesday, June 17th, is the next Federal Reserve interest rate decision. A rate decision on the exact day this pattern has been producing pivots for 6 straight weeks. That is something I would say you need to pay very close attention to. Now, let me show you the key levels I'm personally watching because there are two very specific price zones that are going to decide everything next week. And also, by the way, if you want to trade with us, you can take advantage of a free bonus using the first link down below in the description. Not only that, you click the link, you register on Bitunix, and only after you register, you are already going to get 20 USDT completely for free. Then make sure you deposit at least 100 USDT and you get another 20 USDT on top of that. But also, when you open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses. So make sure to use the first link down below in the description. So let me now go right here and show you the two most important price zones on this chart. The first zone here, $65,000. This is the level that one the Pope said this week is the key for bulls to take control. What he said was very specific. Bitcoin is stalling beneath 65K and breaking that level would trigger a strong run to $72,000 to $74,000. And not only that, 65,000 was actually the previous area of support back in February after the initial crash. It is acting as resistance. All support becoming resistance is one of the most reliable technical concepts we have. And right now we got a double rejection at $64,200, twice trying to break through and failing both times. So what I would actually say like this, acceptance above 65K on daily time frame, this is the first real bullish indication I'm looking for. Until we have that, we are still in a situation where Bitcoin can go either way. Now the second zone, and this is the zone I want you to pay very close attention to on the downside. If you go right here with the bid liquidity data, what you're going to see is that dip buyers have placed approximately 2,565 Bitcoin in buy orders between $57,000 and $59,000. At current prices, that represents approximately $162 million in bid liquidity. Now, what does this mean? Bid liquidity or limit buy orders act as a cushion. When price enters that zone, the buy orders start absorbing selling pressure. But here's what I also want you to understand. If $60,000 gives way and we trade into that 57,000 to 59,000 zone, we are also going to take those long positions with us. Those $162 million in longs would get liquidated, adding temporary selling pressure before the bounce. And not only that, the futures market has actually done something interesting this week. The aggregated open interest fell from 282,000 Bitcoin all the way down to 255,000 Bitcoin during the sell-off. That is a leverage reset. What that means in plain terms, the excessive leverage that was pushing price around has been flushed out. The market is now in moderate leverage territory. Historically, after a leverage reset like this, price movements tend to be more organic and less violent. The spot CVD has also improved by 11,000 Bitcoin since Friday. Remember, CVD measures buying versus selling pressure in the spot market, and improvement of 11,000 Bitcoin means aggressive selling has been means slowing down. Not stopped, but slowing. And now let me show it the one signal I'm watching most closely, because when this flips, it has historically been the trigger for the next major move. So what I want to do now, let me go right here with the Coinbase Premium Index. The Coinbase Premium measures whether Bitcoin is trading at a premium or a discount on Coinbase compared to Binance. When it's positive, US buyers are paying more. That means US institutional and retail demand is strong. When it's negative, US buyers are stepping back. Right now, the Coinbase Premium is still negative. That is the honest picture. US demand has not confirmed, and historically, major Bitcoin recoveries have only had a real follow-through when the Coinbase Premium turned positive. So what I'm personally watching for, Coinbase Premium flipping positive combined with a daily close above $65,000. When both of those happen at the same time, that is when I add size. And on the macro side, oil just fell below $88 per barrel for the first time since May 29th. Trump said on Monday that a total victory with Iran is coming very soon and that oil prices will come tumbling down. This matters for Bitcoin because lower oil means lower inflation pressure, which means the Fed has more room to cut rates. And we are 5 days away from the Fed decision. Now, quickly on the RSI, daily is at 32, oversold is 30. We're 2 points away. Weekly is at 34, both approaching levels that have historically preceded recoveries. And the MVRVZ score at 0.33. I said this in the last video and I will say it again. That is the second lowest reading in Bitcoin's entire history, only lower at the FTX bottom in November 2022. And not only that, if you still haven't used the first link down below, now is really the time. You click the link, you register on BitUnix, you get 20 USDT for free just for signing up. Deposit at least 100 USDT and you get another 20 USDT. And when you open your first trade, you are going to get even bigger bonuses on top of that. Everything is in the first link down below in the description. Alright, let me now go right here with the two scenarios I'm personally working with going into next week. Scenario 1, which is the bullish case. Next Monday sets another pivot low. By Wednesday, the Fed decision comes in, either a hold with dovish language or a surprise cut. The Coinbase Premium flips positive, Bitcoin breaks $65,000 on the daily. The run one the Pope mentioned towards 72,000 to 74,000 starts. That is the pattern holding for a seventh time with a fundamental catalyst behind it. Now, there's scenario 2, which is the bearish case. The Fed comes in hawkish or the oil spike resumes. 60,000 breaks, we trade into the 57,000 to 59,000 bid wall, long liquidations at temporary selling pressure, and then wrecked capital's bear market acceleration scenario where Bitcoin needs to fully confirm the breakdown of the 50-month EMA plays out toward the Fibonacci golden ratio at 55,000 to 56,500. Personally, I'm watching $65,000 and the Coinbase Premium very closely. I have staged positions between $59,000 and $63,000 already. I'm not adding more until one of those two triggers confirms. The pattern has been 6 for 6. Next Wednesday tells us if it becomes 7, the level 65,000, the date Wednesday, June 17th, the signal Coinbase Premium. Let me know what you think in the comments, by the way. I'll be watching this very closely next week. Thank you so much for watching and I will talk to you guys in the next video.